The flood fulfilled its purpose. It wasn't just water falling from the sky. It was a brutal cleansing. Lungs were crushed by the pressure. Bones broke under tons of mud. Entire cities vanished as if they had never existed. Then silence. No screams, no movement. The earth seemed clean. It seemed like the end. But the Book of Enoch reveals a disturbing detail, a detail that turns the so-called purification into something much worse. The water killed the host but set the parasite free. The rule of the universe is clear. When a human being dies, their soul follows a certain fate. But the Nephilim were not fully human. They were hybrids, a forbidden mix of eternal angelic spirit with mortal human flesh. When their giant bodies died, the human part ended there, but the spiritual part remained conscious. In chapter 15, verses 8 and 9, Enoch writes something direct and frightening. Now the giants will be called evil spirits upon the earth. They were torn from their physical shells, but heaven rejected them, and hell was not yet prepared to receive them. They were truly trapped here in this desolate world with me and with you forever bound. The ancient sacred text calls them malevolent evil spirits. Today, however, we commonly use another, more modern word, demons. But please forget any notions of grotesque horns, tattered, decaying wings, or monstrous, terrifying figures. That was never the real danger. Before the flood, they had bodies several meters tall, strength enough to destroy cities. Now, without bodies, they had to change their strategy. They can no longer touch matter. So they learned to touch something much more vulnerable, the mind. Enoch himself describes the very nature of these spiritual beings in chapter 15. He explicitly states that they cause great affliction, widespread oppression, and utter destruction. But while the children roamed free like an invisible virus on the surface of the world, the fathers met an even worse fate. The Watchers, Semyaza and Azazel, the architects of the fall, God did not kill them. Death would have been mercy. In chapters 10 and 18, Enoch is taken in a vision to see the place where they are. He describes an abyss where there is no sky above, nor earth below. A space outside of time. A prison without doors. There, the angels who corrupted humanity are chained in thick darkness, conscious, awake, awaiting the great day of judgment. They are there now, as you hear these words. The flood wiped the stage clean, but did not remove the actors. The water washed away the blood, but the spiritual stain remained. The modern world believes it has evolved, that it has left these stories behind. But the truth is that we have never stopped living under the shadow of the Watchers. Most of us have simply learned to ignore the whispers. The children are loose, invisible, operating in the human mind. The fathers are imprisoned, furious, waiting. Because every sentence has a term, and every prison has a key. And the big question is, what will happen on the day of judgment? The Book of Enoch describes that day. But that's a story for the next video.